Okay, so full disclosure, I'm not the biggest fan of using the Masuda method when hunting for shiny Pokemon. Real quick, if you don't know what the Masuda method is, you just breed 2 Pokemon from different language games, and then their eggs have a higher chance of being shiny. It's a very simple method of shiny hunting that's existed almost as long as shiny hunting itself. I don't have anything against using the Masuda method myself. I've actually hatched dozens of shinies over the years since I've learned about it. But to be perfectly honest, nowadays there are so many shiny hunting methods that Masuda hunting just feels boring. I think I'm mainly burnt out from Sword and Shield, where it ended up being the most reliable way to shiny hunt. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were actually the first Pokemon games I've played since Black and White where I didn't care about completing the Pokedex, since the shiny charm only affected eggs. Even though the description specifically mentions wild Pokemon, an absolute scam if you ask me. Starting with Legends Arceus, Pokemon can now appear shiny in the overworld, and now with shiny boosting sandwiches in Scarlet and Violet, shiny hunting has never been easier. The Masuda method is still around, of course, but today it's really only used for starters or other rare Pokemon that don't spawn in the wild. That being said, a new trend has been making its rounds, and it actually sounds kind of fun. You see, Scarlet and Violet changed the breeding mechanics a bit. Now, instead of putting 2 Pokemon in a daycare and running around until they make an egg, you just open the picnic and the Pokemon in your party will breed, assuming they're compatible. So to make things interesting, people are putting 5 Pokemon they want to hunt in their party with a foreign Ditto, and seeing which Pokemon appears shiny first. That piqued my interest a little bit, so then I got to thinking, just how random can I make this? So I set a goal for myself. I'm going to make a team of 5 random Pokemon and a foreign Ditto and breed them until I get 600 eggs. But there's a catch. Every 10 minutes, I'm going to switch out all the Pokemon in my party besides the Ditto. Once that's done, I'll shuffle around some of the eggs, so whatever I do hatch will be truly random. Afterwards, I'm going to catalog the results and share some of the statistics with you guys because I like numbers. For this experiment, I'm going to be using Egg Power Level 2 sandwiches. I feel like the amount of time I would spend looking for Herba Mysticas to use in Level 3 sandwiches would be longer than just, I don't know, using the Level 2 sandwich. But I guess we'll see. After the first half hour, I've gotten 55 eggs from 15 Pokemon. Meaning in order to get 600 eggs, I'm going to need... Oh. Alright, I'm back. So we finally have a total of 617 eggs bred from 155 Pokemon. And no, I did not repeat the same species or evolutionary families. I had to clear out a lot of PC space since I just learned that you can't put eggs in Pokemon Home. And now comes the fun part. It's time to hatch all of these eggs and see what pops out. Surely that won't take too long. I did it. They are all hatched, and I am still alive, kind of. So what did I learn? Don't do what I did. It's yeah, let's see some statistics. So here is a complete list of all the Pokemon that could have possibly hatched from these eggs. They all spent just about as much time in my party as each other. It's not perfect. I had to switch my Pokemon out every 10 minutes, which gives us like a margin of error of a few seconds, so, you know, it ain't perfect. So now, let's talk numbers. First off, I want to give a shout out to Pawniard. It was the only Pokemon here that ended up not hatching from any eggs. Sorry, buddy. Better luck next time. On the other end of the spectrum, here are the Pokemon that we hatched the most of. Coming in 3rd place, we have Bruxish, Fuecoco, and Rookidee with 8 eggs each. In 2nd place with 9 eggs each, we have Bagon, Marini, Psyduck, and Smoliv. And finally, in 1st place, with a whopping 10 eggs each, we have Arrokuda, Grimer, and Toedscool. Truly, they are the world's most fertile Pokemon. Actually, that would probably be Ditto then, wouldn't it? All of the other Pokemon hatched between 1 and 7 eggs each. But after all, this is Masuda method, right? So let's talk about shinies. After all this effort, we ended up with a grand total of 1 shiny. Which, I mean, the odds are 1 in 512, so with 600 eggs, that's just about to be expected. Alright, place your bets. Which shiny Pokemon did I find? I'll give you a hint. If you ask anyone who their favorite Pokemon is, they will always give you this answer. That's right, Phalanx. I'm not even mad at that. I've never had a shiny Phalanx before, so this is pretty cool. I'm cuckoo for these Cocoa Puffs. But that leads me to my next point, which is why I don't actually recommend anyone do what I did. I wanted a truly random experience, and that's exactly what I got. I like Phalanx, don't get me wrong, but I spent like 12 hours hatching eggs when I probably could have just hunted it in the wild in less than an hour. If I ever try this again, I'd probably only do it with either Pokemon you can't catch in the wild, or Pokemon that are too difficult to recognize whether they're shiny or not, like Tandemaus or Tynamo. That being said, I really think I had a bit of fun with this hunt. It made Masuda method hunting more exciting for me, since I didn't know what was going to pop out of each egg. It was a little like summoning in a gacha game, except I still have money. Well, as much money as I had going in anyway. In conclusion, if you have a few Pokemon you want to hunt for with the Masuda method, give this roulette style breeding a shot. Oh, and if you want a second shiny charm in all of your Pokemon games, all you need to do is hit the subscribe button. I don't know why they programmed it like that, but subscribing to me is guaranteed to increase your shiny luck. It's crazy. Bye bye.